Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons and its major competitor Daggerheart that's coming up. So what's really interesting is Dungeons and Dragons got in trouble a while ago when they released some Dungeons and Dragons material about a month beforehand, and some streamer bought it in a in an FLGS, and then went home and immediately was like, I'm going to show all the content. And so Hasbro got, riled, and they're like, hey, you can't do that, man. Like, this is a month out from release. If you show all this, it'll spoil the release, right? And so they sent Pinkertons to that guy's house, right? Which is like, oh man, that's scary, right? And there was like, you find 1,000 videos on it. Oh, Hasbro did the wrong thing. Well, guess what? Critical Role's in exactly the same position, right? So this happened in Australia, and they released a Daggerheart product 6 weeks before the release, right? And people walked right into their FLGS. They bought it right off the shelf. And then they come home, and they're Matthew Mercer. Hey, Matthew Mercer's like, hey, everybody, sorry, but you can't do video, you can't do content of the product you bought in your FLGS without, because we screwed up, right? Now, what I think is unfair is we need to fix this, right? So the reality is, going forward, okay, it's on the company to release when they release, okay? If you go to your FLGS and you buy product off the shelf, it's not your responsibility to know when the product was released. It was Critical Role's responsibility to know when the product released. It was Hasbro's responsibility to release. In my humble opinion, if you buy a product before release, you owe that company nothing. Nothing. You owe them nothing. You should absolutely be able to stream it and spoil it for every other member of the community, because you paid your dollars. You showed up at the FLGS at the right time, right? And if we do this right, it will help the FLGSs, because it'll be like, oh, hey, if somebody screws up, you can get a million views because you can spoil it for the whole community. That's the right thing. So my take is different than everybody else's. I don't care if Pinkertons were sent or not. If you are a company, it's your responsibility to release on time. And if you release prior, don't be surprised and don't be upset and don't think you have a right to ask from anybody not to spoil the release or not to spoil the content. They have the right. Streamers have the right to stream whatever they bought at their friendly local game shop. They owe the companies nothing. It's not their job to preserve the release date. It's the company's job to preserve the release date. And that means you better find good distributors and good retailers, right? And so this got to get fixed.